had picked.
And how did that change?
And we are following breaking news now. A police pursuit underway. This began in South LA around 1:30 this afternoon. You can see that white pickup truck with a number of cruisers right behind it. We understand that this started some type of drug offense they were after this person for. We see it on small surface streets now. Joining us by phone is retired Sergeant Darren Wyatt from the Anaheim Police Department. Thanks so much for joining us, Darren. We see this now, and you know, we always say this is a tough time when people are just out and about and have no idea that this pursuit is taking place.
Yeah, and especially, you know, running through stop signs here in residential streets, very narrow streets with cars parked on the road. You know, a child or a person could step out into the street to cross the street, and the person wouldn't even see him. It's extremely dangerous here. And
we certainly see black and whites very close behind this driver who appears to be, you know, doing some reckless moves at those intersections, as you mentioned, running stop signs and really making some aggressive turns that we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that they're probably that close because they're looking for an opportunity to use a pursuit intervention technique and try and bring this to a conclusion. But they've got to be in the right position. The street has to be conducive to it. The speeds have to be at the right speeds as well.
Yeah, this driver, very aggressive. We saw that other car in the intersection there. But this is certainly tough because there are a lot of cars out there, and when you say apprehension, I'm guessing you're talking either pit maneuver or some type of spike strip in the road.
Yeah, most likely a pit maneuver at these speeds here on these streets. You know, with the amount of traffic that is out there, it'd be difficult to get a spike strip down at this time of day. I know we saw a very successful use of the spike strip the other night on the one that ended at the Walmart in Garden Grove. But during this time of day, usually it would be a pit maneuver rather than the spike strips.
Yeah, we're having trouble with the signal, but these are very small streets here. This is, looks like Central Avenue, and you can just see how small the street is. You've got cars on both sides, and really not a lot of opportunity there. It looks like that truck has now stopped at the intersection. Unclear why. If this driver, opening up the door and is getting out, hands up. And it looks like this one may be over in just a matter of about 20 minutes. You see all of those cars, but wow, you know, this, of course, the best case scenario wherein that driver just stops and gives up, certainly.
Yeah, I think that the suspect probably realized that this was going to come to an end real quick. Those units were right on his tail. They were looking for an opportunity to use the pit maneuver. You see a couple of different canine units there, so it would have been prime had he run on foot. They would have had canines there either to apprehend or to set up for a perimeter for a search. But it looks like we're going to be able to get him into custody right here without so far anybody being hurt and successful conclusion to this pursuit.
Which is always the best way we want them. No one getting hurt, and that's always a good sign. We are showing our viewers right now a little video from earlier when this pursuit was still ongoing. We don't want anyone to get confused there with the end of that pursuit. It has ended safely. This is the live look right now where that truck is stopped there at the intersection. You can see all of those black and whites there. That driver opening up the door, putting their hands up, and then we saw that driver get on the ground, now in custody. You can see there with that officer, the driver with handcuffs getting into the cruiser here shortly as they are exchanging some words. And, of course, we are glad that this one came to a nice end without anyone getting hurt. Sergeant Darren Wyatt, retired from Anaheim Police Department, we certainly appreciate your time. And we will send our KCAL 9 viewers back to regular programming now.
Thanks, Amy.